everyone, this is Rainey for Talk to Me Tuesday, coming at you pretty late in the week, and I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get through as quickly as I can because I am suffering from a cold. I woke up sick today on my day off. It's better to be on my day off than having to fight through it at work, so that's a blessing in disguise. So things that I've done while I've been crazy busy with work, every day, I've worked 12 days straight in a row, and every day that I come home, I try to at least do something, craft-wise to get me caught up, because if not, I'm just going to be behind forever. So I am pretty much caught up with my favorite things, the block of the month from Jennifer from So Hooked. So real quickly, because it does hurt to talk. Just saying, my throat is killing me today. My knitting needles. This is my glitter. I ended up going with bright fabrics because the fairy frost was just throwing the whole look of all my other fabrics off. So I got some little colorful raindrops, and this is some scraps that I got from my local quilt shop. It kind of reminds me of Tetris a little bit, but they're bright and they'll fit very well with quilts. Yarn ball and nice skein of yarn. And the last thing to do is the seam gauge, and then I'll be officially caught up. I have completed jack-o'-lanterns, my little wall hanging that I made. Here we go. And it is using Fairy Frost glow-in-the-dark fabric. And before I fold it up, here is the back with the batik pumpkins. And Wonder Woman did see it in my photo, and she commented on it from last week. And speaking of Wonder Woman, your birthday postcard got returned back to me. I'm going to verify that the address was right, and I'll be sending you something extra special in the mail, since you're going to be waiting an eternity for it. So I do apologize. It was kind of heartbreaking when I opened up the mailbox and I did see that it was returned back, but I'm not sure if I wrote the address down wrong or what happened, but I will get you something in the mail very shortly, and I'm very sorry. But here is the quoting on it. I ended up just doing crosshatch quilting it. I tried to free motion quilt it. Some of my seams were just a tad bit thick, and it just wasn't quilting the way that I wanted it to, so Matt suggested to put a Microtex needle in, and I just cross-hatched it. So it's all nice and crinkly, and it actually sits in the middle of the table in the dining room because we have a square table, and it just fits perfectly right there. The next thing to show you guys is I started another quilt along. I know, so many going on, but I started another one, and it's from the website 3 3/4. Amanda, I believe, is her name, and she is on YouTube, and I will link it down below. But she's having a quilt along with star blocks, and it's going to be 12 patterns, and every Thursday a new pattern comes out. So here's my first one, and it is called the Eccentric Star. I decided to go black and white theme with a pop of color here and there. So there we go, and of course I found pink and black little kitties with bow ties, and they're so cute. So really love the block and very excited to see how this quilt is going to look like whenever it's done. Next thing, I have been in the mood to free motion quilt. So I decided to use the Home in the Oaks quilt to be the test drive for free motion quilting. So I popped on a border last night and I ended up having enough leftover scraps of batting. Already had the backing already. The border that I popped on, I ended up just getting this wood grain from Joann's. I just saw it and fell in love with it. Thought it would be great for this quilt, so that's what I used. I did decide to map out what I was going to free motion quilt. So here is my stencil that I made, that I free motioned. And once I did that, I decided, you know what, we're going to take the training wheels off and iron off all the friction pin, and we're just going to go for it. So this is me going for it with the beehive. And it's got a little meander on it. And then I decided to go for it with the tree trunk. I got a long ways ahead to become perfect, but you know what? You don't get good at something until you practice a whole lot. So, with that in mind, here is part of my tree trunk. Yeah, I got some work to do. First thing is, you know, don't run your stitch all the way up the tree branches. That would be one thing not to do, right? And then another thing that I really need to learn is getting better at my curves. I'm a little jerky in some places, but that's okay. And I'm going to free motion quilt the heck out of this thing, and I'm going to proudly display it on my wall. So from a distance, there we go. Who knows? It may or may not be done by next week. We'll find out. But I'm just having a lot of fun, just going for it. It's not as stressful as I thought it was going to be. Once I took off the friction pin and I just started diving into it, it's a little nerve-wracking of, okay, where do I go now? I've backed myself into this corner, where do I go now? But I'm mainly focusing on my stitch length and tension and speed and all that, but so far so good, and I'm loving it, and it will be my very first completed actual quilt, completely free motion quilted. So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, so I'm gonna go and take some more Dayquil and think I'm gonna free motion quilt, and I will see you guys next week. Bye everyone.